What's going on, guys? I'm Zach from the Lumios Post, where we talk about all things Pokemon, and today we will be talking about the scariest dex entries from the Pokemon universe. These are obviously going to be opinion-based, but frankly, I think that whether these are your 10 scariest, they are objectively terrifying dex entries. Let's get right into them with number 1. So number 1, we have Gengar from Pokemon Sun. This one says, should you feel yourself attacked by a sudden chill, it is evidence of an approaching Gengar. There is no escaping it. Give up. So yeah, we're just starting off on a super positive note here. I mean, honestly, this is terrifying. Like, this is supposed to be, the Pokedex is supposed to be a science book, you know what I mean? It's not really supposed to have, like, any, I guess, opinions in it. And this thing is straight up telling you that it is like a fact that if you feel Gengar coming, you need to just give up because you were screwed. And that's terrifying to me. But yeah, number 2, we have from Ultra Sun, Banette. It's a stuffed toy that was thrown away and became possessed, ever searching for the one who threw it away so it can exact its revenge. So we all know the backstory behind Banette, and of course, yeah, it's very creepy. You know, this Pokemon used to be a doll, and now it is not a doll, it is a Pokemon. It came to life because it wants revenge. But, like, saying that it's ever searching for its previous owner that abandoned it to exact its revenge, there's multiple things to unpack there. For one, if I catch a Banette and I befriend it, you know, like, it's my Pokemon now, is it still, like, ever searching? You know what I mean? Like, you would think that it is now my friend, and it has moved past that. It's like, who cares if I was abandoned? I've got this great trainer now. We got a good thing going. But instead, this seems to imply ever searching. Like, I'm just imagining that every time you send it out to battle one of the preschooler trainer class, the Banette's like, let me at it, and then it's like, oh, wait, no, that's not the right one. That's not the right one. You know, I mean, I don't know. And then what is its revenge? I mean, what is Banette going to do? The mystery behind this dex entry, the things not written here, I think are the ones that are most terrifying. Alright, so, number 3, we have Froslass from Pokemon Sun. When it finds humans or Pokemon it dislikes, it freezes them and takes them to its chilly den where they become decorations. Which, you know, I mean, this one's very straightforward about what's horrifying about it. Froslass will, if it doesn't like you, it will freeze you. And it will take you in a cave and just kind of have you there, your frozen corpse, as like a little Christmas tree. Does Froslass, you know, put lights on it when it's holiday time? Does Froslass, I don't know, water you? I mean, does it, you know, it's just, there's so many questions here. None of them I want answered. Okay, next we have from Pokemon Y, Gourgeist. And this says that it enwraps its prey in its hair-like arms. It sings joyfully as it observes the suffering of its prey. So, Ghost-type Pokemon, I think we've established, this is the 4th one we're doing, and so far they've all been Ghost-types, right? Well, Ghost-type Pokemon are obviously scary. They're ghosts, you know, they've got backstories that are pretty creepy, but, like, Gourgeist is one of those that I look at and I don't think, oh, that's terrifying. You know, it's actually, I mean, it and Pumpkaboo, pretty cute line. They're just pumpkins, right? But it sings joyfully as it observes its prey suffering. That's really messed up. I mean, how do we use these things in battle? I'm imagining my Gourgeist, like, using Dark Pulse or Shadow Ball or something, and, you know, it's hitting the Pokemon, and, you know, Leech Seed especially, it's draining the Pokemon's life, and, like, every time it sees the Leech Seed draining the opposing Pokemon, it just starts, you know, just singing, you know, because, like, it's happy. It loves to watch that little guy over there just suffering. It loves that. I mean, it's going off my team. That's horrifying. I don't like that. Yeah, no. But I do love Gourgeist, though. But I don't like that about it. That's creepy. Okay, so number 5, we have Mimikyu from Ultra Moon. A gust of wind revealed what hides under this Pokemon's rag to a passing trainer, who went home and died painfully that very night. So, we all know the running gag with Mimikyu, if you've watched the anime. Under its cloak, it's a bit like what's underground with Diglett, or now Wiglet. You know, you don't know what's there. It's kind of a mystery. And one of the running gags in the Journeys anime was every once in a while Meowth would get a glimpse at it and would die. And would have to, like, kind of be brought back to life, which was really morbid for a child's show, but that's besides the point. The fact that it, like, details this guy went home and died very painfully that night. Like, I don't know. Just, why does the Pokedex have to add that? You know, I feel like the Pokedex isn't objective. I feel like saying to a passing trainer who went home and died that very night, that's creepy enough as is. Why does it have to add painfully? Again, now I'm scared to have a Mimikyu, because what happens if in battle it gets knocked back and I see under the cloak? I don't want to die painfully. I want to die happily. Yeah. Now, before we move on to number 6, I will say, if you like these scary dex entries and you like scary stories, you should check out our recent video where we do scary stories based off of dex entries. It's really cool. It's really fun, so check that out. Now, number 6, we have Dusknoir from Pokemon Legends Arceus. Pretty new one on this list. Pokemon Legends Arceus, just the last Pokemon game. It comes to those whose lives have come to an end and escorts their souls to the afterlife. Yeah, we all know that about Dusknoir. Known to mistakenly take the souls of those whose life has yet left them, albeit rarely. That doesn't comfort me. Albeit rarely, that doesn't comfort me. Because here's the thing, if I'm one of those rare cases, albeit rarely, it doesn't matter. I just got brought to the afterlife and I wasn't ready to go yet. I mean, again, I'm terrified to have a Dusknoir now, because imagine this Dusknoir just in battle, it's fighting, and then suddenly it just turns around, grabs you, and, you know, throws you to the freaking afterlife. I mean, I don't like that. I don't like that one bit. It does say in other dex entries that, like, it may not even have a mind of its own, like a will of its own. So, I mean, again, if who is controlling this thing? Giratina? I mean, who? Yep. This thing's horrifying. Dusknoir's horrifying. Number 7, we have Drifloon from Pokemon Legends Arceus. Said to lure away young children and carry them off to the afterlife. Some whisper that Drifloons are forms of reincarnated human souls, but these rumors are as yet unconfirmed. And see, that's just creepy, because it's like, it says that it's human souls that have been reincarnated and are then dragging other people to the afterlife. That's just kind of creepy to think about, you know? Like, if I died and then came after all of you and brought you to the same fate I suffered, that's just weird. I don't like that. I promise, guys, if I ever die, I will not do that to any of you. Okay, number 8, we have Unnovan Yamask from Pokemon Shield. The spirit of a person from a bygone age became this Pokemon. It rambles through ruins, searching for someone who knows its face. Now, this is, I guess, more sad than scary. Like, this one, unlike the other ones, doesn't make me scared of Yamask, but it's just kind of scary for the Pokemon, you know? Like, this Yamask is just walking around, like, showing people its face, like, please, come on, do you remember me? And, like, what's the implication here? Is it a lost soul stuck here on Earth, and if it can find someone who knows its face, it can go to the afterlife? I mean, that's just so morbid. And if it's from bygone age, no one's going to know its face, because people from bygone ages don't live anymore, and so we're not going to know its face. Yeah, that's horrifying. Number 9, Gotharita. This one is on here for shock factor. I was super surprised that this was said about Gotharita, but in Pokemon Sword it said that when stars shine in the night sky, this Pokemon will spirit away sleeping children. Some call it the Witch of Punishment. What? What? Don't have a Gotharita if you have kids. I mean, if the stars are shining in the night, it's going to spirit away. What does that even mean, spirit away your children? What does that mean? I don't even know what that means. Is that like that movie? I've never seen the movie, but I'm imagining it's something to do with the movie. Is it going to throw it on a train? That's all I know about that movie. Anyways, lastly, fittingly, we will begin and end this video with Gengar. Specifically, though, this is Gigantamax Gengar's dex entry from Pokemon Sword. It lays traps, hoping to steal the lives of those it catches. If you stand in front of its mouth, you'll hear your loved one's voices calling out to you. Now, I'm going to tell you what's horrifying about this, because that's creepy as is, sure. But if you know Pokemon history, you know that the darkest day happened in the Galar region, and people were just seeing Pokemon Dynamaxing, like, everywhere for the first time, and it's horrifying, because you have, like, just Pangoro just Gigantamaxing, or Dynamaxing, excuse me, and just walking around. It's a giant Pangoro. You have, you know, your Cinescore just changing form and doing that. Charizard becomes this horrifying dragon, all this. So imagine you're a mother, and you're, like, out at the store or something, and then all these Pokemon start Dynamaxing. You're obviously running, you're, you know, hauling as fast as you can back to your home because your kids and your husband are there, and you're terrified of what happened. And then, all of a sudden, you turn, and you see this huge cave. And, you know, it's Gmax Gengar. And you're hearing your kids calling out, Mom, Mom! You know, your husband calling out, Honey, come! Please, we need your help! And so you run in there because you're a good mother. And a good wife. And then you get swallowed by Gengar. They weren't really in there. It was just this whole thing where you hear your loved one's voices calling out to you. That's freaking terrifying. So there you have it, guys. Those are the most terrifying Dex entries, in my opinion. Let me know what you think. Let me know what your #1 terrifying Dex entry is in the comments below. Also, be sure to like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. Talk about all things Pokemon here. And we're doing a ton of spooky stuff for the spooky month, like that video series I mentioned earlier in the video. So be sure to check all of that out, and also be sure to subscribe and hit the bell for notifications so you stay up to date on all those videos. Until next time, I will see all of you later.